What element on the periodic table has the highest melting point?
Oh.
If you get this, you're literally him.
Uh,
Think about rings.
the highest melting point.
Think about rings.
Gold?
No.
Diamond.
Nope. Tungsten.
Tungsten.
Like, a lot of men's rings are tungsten.
Yeah. Wow.
In physics, what phenomenon causes the sky to appear blue due to shorter wavelengths scattering more?
Northern Lights?
Rayleigh scattering. Did they not teach you that in
Zero.
school?
Othello High School.
What is the only letter that doesn't appear in the periodic table?
F?
J. Oh, how many bones are in an adult human body? Ooh.
Oh, I know this. Oh, shoot. I think I know this. It's like 144?
206 in adults and about 270 at birth. That's insane.
70?
270 at birth, some fused later. Shit,
Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
some of mine didn't fuse. Oh my God. What is the only number when spelled out in English, in the English language, has its letters in alphabetical order?
18.
40. 18.
I don't know why I said
Oh
that.
my gosh. Oh, this is a good one. A bat and a ball cost $1.10 total. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much is the ball?
10 cents?
5 cents.
Oh, $1.10 total. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Anyways, that's some fun trivia. Man, these things are pretty funny.
Welcome to On the Chair Podcast with Vince and Polo. We'll be sharing life-changing experiences from people that have built successful careers and fought their way to the top. Within these stories, you'll realize success isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you sit down with, put in the hours, and build from the ground up. Welcome to the chair.
I know there's some things you wanted to talk about here. I know you wanted to talk about the importance or like how you handle stress. What's one thing that you do to handle kind of stress, in your business, in your family, obviously family, kids, business, all the pressures of life.
Well, I have a lot of white hairs already. Like, I don't know. I was going to say a percentage.
I mean, you're not bald, so that's good.
No, I'd rather have gray hair than bald.
Oh,
but,
100%. Poor Vic.
No, I don't know, man. It's when I get stressed, I sometimes have to just. What do I do? You know what I do?
You walk 5 blocks.
Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, when I'm on the phone, dude, I'll end up. It's like those Instagram reels of people. They end up on the roof. They have no clue how. They end up on the side of the house or something. But I'll literally pace every single inch of the perimeter of my home. I'll sit in every seat of my home, my kid's bed. I'll sit on my guest room toilet. Like I'll be finding myself standing in the shower of my guest bathroom.
Are you serious?
Just
That's
weird
insane.
stuff. Like,
well, 6,000 square foot home. I'm sure there's some places you haven't.
but like, I don't know how I got there. And then like now that it's a thing and you guys know that I do that, I just laugh. But I remember when I first started brokering,
oh my gosh.
I would walk. I wore out some curbing. Like I would follow the curbing, and sometimes I'd be, how we used to be like sweats, like my dad says,
in your underwear.
you guys don't even put on your makeup when you guys make millions of dollars. But we would be in sweats and like slides and like the grossest shirt you could find and the most comfy gross sweater, huh?
Oh my god.
And I'd be in my backyard pacing like around the curbing. And like almost falling and coming back up, and the most intense conversations.
What I like to do when I'm like in an intense conversation, I go outside and I clean. Like if I see rocks and stuff, I'll kind of sweep them in with my hands or my feet. And like if I see a block, not lined up or rock, whatever the case may be. So like I'm kind of on the phone, but doing some secondhand tasks. But yeah, no, stress for me, I like to do the fishing. I like to do golf. I like to golf. I like to just... What I've been doing recently, especially early in the mornings, is like if I feel like I'm having more of a stressful week or in a position where I'm just mentally not all there or present for my wife and kids, I go to the gym.
Oh, I know what I do.
What?
I take a shower.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like the epitome of me.
When you put shampoo, the stress falls off ASAP.
Oh, like we can talk about the shower so much, dude. In the shower. Loads? So I used to have trucks that would be stuck in Tacoma or stuck in Spokane. Shout out, Danny Boy knows this story.
Oh, see.
They'd be like no loads, 6 guys waiting for me it's 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and because we would jump out of bed, and I wouldn't always take a shower first thing in the morning because work starts. You open your eyes, 6 a.m. phone call, and you just get going. So I would find like a break when it got a little slow, and I would shower at like 10:30 usually, 10 to 10:30.
Yeah, 11.
Man, I would get in the shower, and as soon as I would enter the shower, the most important phone calls would come. So I'd have to if it was someone really important,
you turn off.
You have to step out and put your head outside of the shower, and you keep your toe in there so you're staying warm.
Oh,
and
my God.
Talk to them. But if it was someone it's not that important.
You forward or what?
No, you can talk to them in the shower, and I don't care that they hear that I'm showering. So it's like a yard guy or receiving guy. Like a Lowe's receiving appointment or whatever.
Gosh, shout out to Lowe's or him.
No, every time I would get in the shower, I would come out with all the loads that I needed and more every time. So it became a thing of hey, just go take a shower real quick and I'll get a good load, man. My guys would tell me.
For me, it was as soon as I step out of the house or I go to Mexico or vacation or anywhere, dead busy.
Oh, my God.
Man, I can't enjoy myself, but.
My worst breakdowns of the trucks that I own have happened on vacation.
Yeah.
One of the first times I was married, went on a vacation, kind of splurged, did a really nice resort. I had a truck the steer axle, I think, caught on fire. Literally caught on fire.
Gosh.
And then everything's
cooked.
Yeah, literally cooked. And I learned basically every single time stuff is going to happen and you just, what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? What do I have to do? Execute. What do I have to do? Call this guy. Find the tow truck.
Mm-hmm.
Find the parts. It already became so old that now it's
yeah.
Whether I have a huge breakdown or not, I'm still at the same level of happiness.
Yeah.
But I had to learn to deal with that stress for, it took a little bit, And
Mm-hmm.
I learned, my dad, he used to be like, oh my God, and head in his hands and what are we going to do? We need to sell the trucks.
Oh, yeah.
How is this idiot driver going to tell me this? And he would
so stupid.
He would live or die by the if the truck broke down or how stressful, whatever.
Yeah.
And I always saw that, and I was a little bit more calm in the crazy situations, which has helped me to not because there's been moments, both of us, where we're like, man, we could have just panicked and get out.
I've almost checked myself into a couple mental hospitals.
Little Ben says, back me out right now.
Back me out. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, stress is not something you want to mess with, ladies and germs. Get it under control. Go work out. Go do something. Figure it out. Color your hair. Color your beard. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you color your hair?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You want to do that or just leave it?
I don't really want to deal with it because it grows so fast that I get,
How do you like your new haircut? Like longer hair on top.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe I went my whole life with the military vibe, short hair on the top. I did it because I would get stressed with long hair, but it took me 30 years to learn what I get stressed is with when the side is long. When the sides were long, I would get stressed, and I just couldn't sleep good, and I would be, annoyed with it. If I can get the fade, the low taper fade or whatever, and leave the top long, I'm actually fine, and I like it a lot better. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
When are you gonna shave your?
I don't have my regular systematic deal to cut it down. And if I use a big,
no, but even at home, you don't shave.
Yeah, I do.
Not there was a season where you had it for a long time.
Not that often. But yeah, I don't know. I got a haircut here and there. One of the barbers are.
I like it when your facial hair is
middle,
middle
short,
like this length right here.
Yeah.
Not because your hair doesn't go down and it sticks straight out.
It's like a cat.
Like your chin hair it's like a border for your face. It's like an extension of your face. So you need it like let's say you shave and then 5 days later.
Yeah,
where
that's how it is with haircuts too.
Yeah,
the haircuts are and then 5 days later they're him, and then 20 days later we're cookie cooked.
I know, but you'll go get a haircut, but you won't cut the beard.
I mean, it kind of get razor burn, and women don't like it, all the way pokey poke. So let's talk about money and how it could potentially change people or reveal, what's actually deep inside. What's your thoughts and comments on how you think gaining money or money in the bank or investments and all that has affected your heart and how you see money or people or any positive or negative changes?
Oh, wow.
I know that's a loaded question.
I think everyone likes to think that there are no negatives.
Yeah.
There probably are. But like, I think the main theme that I've found is it just magnifies or it puts a magnification glass on who you really are.
Yeah.
So if you're a giving person
Mm-hmm.
and you come into some money, you're gonna probably be the same percentage giving and as you are. Like everyone has a little bit. You gotta have like a 3% of mine, not in a greedy way, but like right, your personality is made up of percentages of everything. No one is literally 100% generous, and no one is 100% greed.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a balance, and balance is different in everyone. When you start making money about making your daily life and thinking in the framework of money and checking your bank account every morning and stuff like that.
Oops.
It can get it can get annoying because I don't want to be thinking about dollars every day. And so I kind of learned that right away of don't get too obsessed over it. I used to try to day trade, and it hurts when you're trading on margin.
Oh my gosh.
And you watch, you buy a penny stock on margin and you watch it go up $6,000 in 20 seconds or down 8,000 in 20 seconds. I was just checking it way too much, and like then, your whole like background of your mind is thinking in terms of money. And so I try to not I check my bank account maybe once in the morning, once in the evening, just because I have like different stuff moving and make sure, make sure if I need to transfer from one business to the other or whatever. But
it has funds available. Yeah.
Yeah, you check your bank account.
I mean, actually, you know what? I've been doing a lot better the last 3 months.
What about before that?
No, I would probably check it every 2 or 3 hours, just in case I wasn't getting scammed or something.
That's not why, though.
Why else? I mean, you just want to see what's in there.
Vince would text Wednesday night.
Oh, I have alarms for 4 a.m. ACH.
Wednesday night, he would text his buddies, can't wait for that 4 a.m. ACH to hit.
I've literally woken up in the middle of the night saying, oh my God, got to check real quick, see if Austin put it in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, paydays always exciting, especially when they're paydays of the size of Vicente Gonzalez.
Oh, see.
But Vince, so why did you, like, we're going to these car shows. We went to Barrett-Jackson last week. We see these beautiful cars.
Oh man, they're awesome.
I never really saw you as a huge car guy, but everyone like loves cars.
Oh yeah.
You bought pretty much the dream car of any like finance bro or any Instagram, like anything on online right now is all about the Porsche 911 GT3 or 911 Turbo S or whatever, but it's Porsche's kind of the thing right now.
Yeah.
You bought that at what? You were like 27?
I was 28.
28?
Yeah, 28.
You bought it. It was
2021.
270 grand.
255,000.
255 before tax. Tax and license, you were like 275, 280.
Yeah, cooked.
A chalk colored, beautiful car. One of the fastest cars I've ever been in. And then you sold it. Was 6 months later?
I pretty much rented it.
But why? I mean, that's your dream. You could have. It wasn't that you couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
You didn't sell it because you ran out of space. Like you didn't move and you had to sell it. Your income didn't go down at that point. Like it was more of like or why? I don't get it.
You know, you get used to it and you go in the car and you have fun and you go around town and, you beat every car possible and like.
You didn't do street races.
I mean, I would pull up to some crotch rocket guys and smoke them. I mean, you're like these crotch rocket guys are going fast and I would just smoking them. Like any Mustang in sight, any Camaro, anything in sight. It was a smoke show, I had a good time, but it's a small car. It's an expensive car. I have little kids, I was getting so hyper focused on don't touch it, don't get out of the way. I
But
was
like, here's my thing: if it was just that the kids were gonna accidentally drop a scooter in the garage and scratch it, you could have, like, and I know you would have done this: is rent a storage place somewhere and keep it there, and then only go drive it to the car shows and stuff. Like, you would have done that, or you would have put up like a wall or something.
I put up like a curtain, but it wasn't very effective.
Yeah, but that can't be the only reason.
No, it's not the only reason. I mean, the other thing is like number one, you see you're not driving it very much because you don't want the miles to go up. So it's just you see such a big financial investment. I guess it's not even an investment, but you see so much cash just kind of sitting there. You're like, what can I be doing with that? And they start thinking of 15-20% returns on 275,000. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on X amount of money. And then the other thing is like when you have something for 4 or 5 months, the thrill of it really dies.
Yeah.
Like you can take anything in the world, and after some time, it's going to be like, oh yeah, that was great. But does it really fulfill me? Is it really driving me to be my best self, or is it really helping me? Is it inflating my ego or whatever? It was great, and I could have kept it, but I felt like it was just like a temporary time it was kind of more of a test that I could, because it was my dream. Yeah, I was like, it was a dream, and I'm glad I got to experience it. I'm kind of upset that I kind of went to that car first, because now I feel like anything other than that car, because it's like one of the best handling cars in the world.
You went straight to the top,
one of the best. Yeah, exactly. And so now anything else I drive, it's just like, but I had a 911 Turbo S, and that was great. But yeah, I mean, fulfillment wise, things like I'm kind of looking for something different, so I got a boat. That helps me. I can put 16 people in it. We can surf. We can take it
there's
to the
an
cabin.
actual use for it.
Exactly.
And the boat is kind of a trophy thing for you.
Yeah.
But you 16 people having fun, probably 20 times a year.
Oh my God. No,
15 or 20 times.
I think I only had it for 2 or 3 months, and we went out 25 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for me, I don't have any like crazy cars. I have a Camaro that I had when I was young, but
2011 or wait,
2011, but nothing like it's not worth that much, no Lamborghinis, no Ferraris, and you get to the point, it's almost like you're just proud that I could, if I wanted to.
Yeah, of course.
Is enough. Like I could do that. It's crazy knowing that I could and be fine. Yeah. That's kind of enough as far as the satisfaction.
But your thing is a helicopter too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got an awesome chopper, and you're going to upgrade here probably the next year and a half, and that's been awesome. Do you ever kind of feel like even with a chopper, you're like, do I really need it? I could use that money for investments. Like, give me your take on that.
Yeah, so let's rewind here, because I've had multiple airplanes, so I want to go back to the very beginning of when I was going to buy my first airplane. I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020. So I was 25 years old. Mm-hmm. And I had this big kind of struggle with you of like I had I think I had 2 homes and, but no other real estate. But I knew my whole life I wanted to own real estate.
Yeah.
But being a pilot, like it's your dream to, I got my pilot's license in 2019, 2020, I was renting. And it's, you're like everyone who's in that world, it's your dream to own a plane. Yeah. And I didn't know, how much longer I'd have of this kind of lifestyle as far as, it's so easy to fly when you have 1 kid. What about when you have 3 or 4? It's not easy to fly in a small plane with,
Yeah.
And so I just kind of knew, man, I want to just get there and get the plane. And I was able to find a good deal. Oh, but I was going to say, I kind of was back and forth in my mind literally for 9 months and like I'm so, on paper, what does my net worth need to be to buy an airplane? Yeah. Not a jet, right? We're talking $100,000 to $150,000 Cessna 182, or in my case, I bought a V-tail Bonanza 1964.
Yeah.
I got it for $125,000, but that was a big thing in my life. Yeah. And you could ask my wife that it was like very stressful making the wrong decision, because up until then I was like making right decisions.
Fear,
and like,
a little bit of fear.
Is this gonna screw up the role that I've been on, and like how I could make so much money with that, putting it in an investment property or 2 investment properties or putting it in the stock market. And I knew that.
Yeah.
But at some point, like we always say, you have to live life now.
Yeah.
I mean, why wait till I'm like at what point, right? When
When's enough?
do you wait till your net worth's 4 or 5 or 6 million to buy $100,000 plane, or can you do it when it's $400,000 buy a 100? You know, whatever. There's so much numbers that you can look at, but
you were a little bit hyper fixated.
Yeah,
on
I was
numbers.
way too fixated on like literally the number of percentage of net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I spending too much on this segment of my life?
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize was going to happen was that I actually ended up making money on it.
Mm.
So I ended up buying it for $125,000. I flew it for like 10 months and I sold it for 150.
Did you put anything into it?
That one, no.
Wow.
So that one, we got a great deal, got it off market, and I flew it around. Insurance, fuel, parking, hangar fees, anything like that was paid for in the $25,000 that I made on kind of the flip.
So you had it for free, pretty much.
Yeah, and so once I realized that, I was like, man, these things are almost like when it's a vintage plane. It's not like it's not like a brand new car that's going to lose 40 or 30% off the lot. These are old classic planes that actually are appreciating over time if you pick the right one and you
take care of it.
If you vet it good, and you have to buy well, obviously you can't overpay.
Yeah.
But once I learned that, I was like, okay, this is basically just, it can be kind of a savings account. And if I buy the next one for 200,000 or 300,000 and it goes down only 10%, it's not costing me 200. It's costing me the 20 grand that I went down when I sell it.
Yep, exactly.
So once I started thinking about it like that, I got a little bit more relaxed. Oh, and then I put it, under my business name, and I got to expense it and write it off the taxes. So you start doing all of those little.
Oh, you wrote it off, and so you actually made, you know what I'm saying, tax savings and the 25,000.
And then we used it to visit customers, and we actually used it for trips, and it ended up utilizing it to make us money in the end.
Yep.
Which is,
awesome.
All around, I think it was an awesome idea to buy the first plane young, because then the second plane, what did I pay? I paid $275.
Okay.
And I put in 75,000 of avionics in it, flew it for 2 years, and sold it for $395 or $405.
Wow.
Even with the 75 grand I put into it, I made 75 on top of that.
Wow.
So that one, more than that, at that point, I was like, man, I paid for all of my training, all of the flying on this one. Any expense I've had in the last 3 years is paid for.
Wow.
And then from there, we got the King Air, which I didn't expect for the King Air to be a flip. I kind of wanted to see it as more of a 5 to 10 year plane.
Yeah. 8 passenger.
Yeah, an 8 passenger twin engine, turboprop. Got into, a little bit more capable airplane with icing, and we could. Because with the nice Bonanza 836 that I had, it's cool, but like you can't really fly over the mountains to Seattle for a meeting because there's icing all the time.
Yeah.
No de-icing equipment, so that was the first thing I was like, yeah, this is a beautiful plane, not really usable for real, world business meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the King Air was, very capable plane, and we got it on an okay buy with a hangar, and that's, we still have it today, and I'll probably keep it for another 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
But I think it's worth what we bought it for.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit more. I don't know what the market's doing today, but it's not a full loss. So when we sell, we'll go, from an $800,000 plane, we'll probably go into a $2 million plane, maybe a Citation or a jet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've just been building and building on it, and it's been really fun. And so, but I was saying, like with the Porsche, you buy it, you feel the thrill, but there's no actual use.
No.
I mean,
just for joyrides.
Yeah, and so the Aviation has been really cool because you get the joyride feeling. It's super fun. It's awesome. It's a great hobby. But yet we can fly our families and our companies to trips and go make money with it. So to me, it's the best of both worlds. Then we got into the helicopter flying, which helicopter is the funnest thing I've ever done in my whole life.
It's amazing.
Probably top 3 days of my whole life. One of them was with Victor and shooting coyotes out of the helicopter.
Wow.
At a ranch for a rancher that, the ranchers, speaking of cattle, they have a bunch of cattle that are getting killed by coyotes.
Oh, man.
Every coyote is probably killing,
Yeah.
multiple calf per month.
Wow.
So each calf can sell for $2 or $3 grand. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, don't pay me. I'll go for free because it's so fun and try to kill. And it's tough.
Maneuvering.
Yeah, because they're very fast. They juke you out. They go, they run it.
Was there a lot of power lines, or were you kind of open free?
No, that's why you make sure there's no. It was all flat,
Oh,
no
good.
hills, no power lines. So I knew I could do whatever I wanted, and yeah, we shot one,
Wow.
and that ended up being the biggest thrill, most adrenaline I've felt in a while. That and racing, but
Oh yeah.
helicopter was fun, and we also had a bush plane, a Cessna 185.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. Sold the helicopter, made money on it.
You made money on everything pretty much.
Yeah,
You
I
bought-
made not that much on this one, but I made like 20 grand on the helicopter.
Wow.
And so we're looking for our next.
You kind
one
of
now.
sold it at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Like perfect timing. And that's another thing too. What we've talked about is, you put money into it a little bit, and then with the helicopters, not waiting till the engine hours kind of get too high to sell it and that sort of thing. So
yeah,
that's
helicopter's a different ballgame because they operate on a calendar. So every 12 years you have to rebuild
awesome.
it.
Regardless of,
And every 2,000 hours you have to rebuild it, whichever one comes first, 12 hours or 2,000 hours. 12 years or 2,000 hours. So
wow.
with the helicopter, you're more likely to lose on the purchase and the sale because every hour you're chewing up usable life. Someone has to go and rebuild it.
Yeah.
Versus the airplane, there's TBOs they call them, where they recommend the overhaul, but as long as the engine's in good shape, you don't have to. So the airplanes are a different deal. Helicopters are more of a money loser.
Yeah.
So I was really happy to come out above break even on that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I think it's really cool that you can you have a hobby that gives you the thrill, usefulness, and you're actually making money in some cases. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah, I
Where
think-
you go buy a Lamborghini for 400,000 or 500,000,
Yeah,
and
you're
you're
cooked.
gonna
Cookies and cream. Well, there's people that make money doing that
Yeah.
game, but that's
specialty. Who
you
know,
have to
that
know
sort of
so
thing.
much to make money in cars.
They probably buy it, make content,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And who knows if they buy them? They probably rent them too. But no, that's cool. I mean, overall, like I said, with the car, it's just the usefulness wasn't there. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll get into flying a plane soon. And I've been thinking about it. Doing the flight school, and we'll see.
The one benchmark you haven't hit in your head is a vacation home.
I want to get a house here in Arizona for sure. I really like it here. I think the weather's amazing in the winters. It's just good to kind of get away from your zone and just kind of focus on the kids and your wife and just kind of be together and no outside distractions kind of pulling you. Yeah, I have some meetings and things lined up, or I want to look at some houses, and it's just you're right. It's just kind of getting your mind to say it's okay to have two houses, or it's okay to get that plane, or it's okay to get that car. It's okay. You're not the world. You have a plan. Your net worth, like what you're saying. I have my own deal where I want to retire at this, or I want to have this much saved or invested. Blah blah. So I just kind of got to get over that hump and kind of make the move.
If you think about every single dollar of what is this in opportunity cost of, I forget the finance term, but there's a term like this dollar today is worth, $2.50 in 10 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. If you think about every single dollar like that, you're just going to be stressed over buying,
You'll never do anything to make you happy.
Every Starbucks is they, by the way, they're $9 the other day for a drink for my wife.
$9?
Yeah, for like a blended.
Was it a venti though?
No, like a 16-ounce blended drink. Yeah,
Jeez.
$9. So $9 today is like $25 in 10 years.
Literally.
You stack that up, it's a lot of money. But you'll give yourself a heart attack if you think of every dollar going out like that. By the way,
$9.
speaking of dollars going out, what's your monthly spending habits at this lately?
Oh my god, my credit cards are cooked this month. My business credit card is around 40 grand right now.
Shout out
for
Capital One.
Capital One, you're him. For financing my life.
But how do you spend that much?
Well, it was Airbnb here. It was about 9 grand. And then
I didn't know you could put Airbnb on a credit card.
the Airbnbs, and then probably spend around 3,000 or 4,000 in food and groceries. spend a lot. We went to Monterrey. That was another 2,000 early January. We went shopping. Xander went to the Scottsdale
Dude,
Mall. Got me cooked.
I think, what do they call it? Discretionary spending. You spend 4x of what I spend. I literally think
Really?
4x.
Well, I mean, it's not usually 40,000. It's usually
I know, but every time it's.
Yeah, it's probably around 15 grand a month usually, 15 to 20,000.
Yeah, I think your
But some
discretionary
business expenses in there.
Yeah, but
I try to do everything on business expenses. Screw you, taxes.
Well, it is a business expense.
Yeah, I mean, I had a meeting.
Visit customer.
Visit customers, and yeah, it's good. Visit Peter over here, one of the businesses I invested in, and so yeah, it's pretty much. But yeah, no, this month got me really cooked.
Your deal's done in Canada, right?
It's pretty much wrapping up. I mean, the letter of intent is all signed and the money's wired and everything, but the final contract is still getting worked out.
Yeah. Give us as much details as you're allowed to say of what the business is, maybe a little bit of the key of the finances. Are you allowed to say what multiple?
I bought in around a 3.5.
Okay.
Multiple, and usually when they get to a certain level, they can sell for about 4 to 5. So which is great. They gave me a good deal. They did 3 million last year, and they're already on track to do about 4.2 this year.
Gross sales?
Yeah, gross sales.
Okay.
It's Canada. So that 3 million is like 2.2 or 2.3, and that 4 is 3 in USD.
Oh, wow.
And they're running around 15 to 16% margins right now because they have high marketing spending. They really want to grow, so they're really spending on the marketing. I bought in at 24% for 350,000. Conservative. I'd probably make around 65 to 7,000 a month on that investment. I get paid out every quarter.
Not just not like when they sell it, just off of the
just on the distributions.
Yeah, distributions.
As an owner. And so I'm really excited about that. And obviously my goal is to help them, to grow to 5, 6, 7 million. And I really think that they have the capacity. We have an offer on a building for 3.5 million right now. We're waiting for the banks to come back and say, you know what, we're good. And they'll immediately add 15 to 20 more psychologists. So they can easily jump from 4.1, 4.2 that they're on track for to 5, 5.5. And if we get to 5, 5.5, at the USD, that would be around like 4.2. And then that would probably put them at a profit margin of around 650,000. And that would, obviously be an amazing jump. If you're a quarter owner of a business like that, you can, make 150 to 200,000.
So do they want to sell it maybe?
Yeah, their goal, they want to move to Hawaii and that sort of thing. They have kind of their own plans. But they definitely, in like 4 to 5 years, want to sell it. And if they can sell it for, 10 million, something like that.
They can get it to 2 million profit and get a 5x multiple.
Yeah,
to
they sell it for 10 million. I would walk away with, 2.5 million on a $350,000 investment.
Yeah.
I mean,
plus you're getting your yearly
plus I'm getting my distributions. And so, I mean, that's just, shout out to Codie Sanchez, who really kind of helped me set my mindset of buying businesses and, helping business owners out there. I just got another offer today for a company in Utah who bought a business. They didn't need me to purchase the business, but they want me to help them with their cash because the owner is wiping away he's pretty much cashing out, right? All the money in the business. So they said, hey, well, we need some operating cash. So Vince, we're going to give you this for this much money. I don't nothing's finalized yet, but we're kind of in talks. The last 2 days, I've kind of looked at all their financials. I really enjoy doing stuff like that and helping business owners and getting creative. And I really dig deep into financials. Worst case scenarios, if they lose, one of their customers, how would that play out? That sort of thing. And then how long does it take to get my money back? I like 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. Because, I would say that's a relatively short window. And then anything after that is.
But when you write a check like that, you kind of have to have the attitude of
forget.
It might not come back.
Yeah. I mean,
you obviously want it to, but because you don't know how long it's going to take. They could go bankrupt. They could be, embezzlement
they can get
or
divorced.
Foul play. They can. There's so many things that can happen, but I mean, I don't know. There's people that put all their eggs into one of those.
Yeah.
But if you're just kind of doing it as a passive investor sort of thing, maybe 5% of your net worth? Max
I have
in one of those?
like 10. I'd probably say 10 is safe. And like you have some investments that are really safe, like stocks, bonds, whatever,
Yeah.
short-term loans, blah, blah. I mean, I generally am a very risky investor.
Yeah.
Like my income is very healthy. And if I were to lose out on a $250,000 deal and maybe recover 100 of it, that's not the end of the world for me, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of really go for the high risk. I mean, once I start getting to a net worth of 10 to 15 million, I'll probably really bring that down, you know?
I think you're gonna go more.
What?
Like you're gonna go more if that's what takes you to 10 or 15 million net worth. You're gonna go harder on it. I think. Yeah.
I mean, someday I'll have to cut back. I don't know. I just really enjoy that process. And I mean, so far, you know, cross your finger, dot your T's, knock on wood, whatever you want to call it. I haven't lost any money yet
Yeah.
or gotten scammed out of anything.
I think we should do it together when we can find the right one, because it'd be cool to just like, you know, it's even just the process of looking at the numbers and figuring out how does it go. Like that's a lot to learn. Like, you know, I bought into my parents' business, but that's a different ball game because I knew the business in and out.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to do one of those, and not even for the money to be made, but just for the experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe they'll let me throw in a little piece with you in the one in Utah.
Even if I were to buy into a business, there's always opportunities to raise capital, to raise funds, you know, and that sort of thing, and bring in maybe new partners or whatever. And so, I mean, that's just added, you know. And then some deals don't work out. There's plenty of business owners that maybe in a year or two, you know, they might need an investor that pops up or, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I get a lot of, like, the contrarian thinking group. There's a lot of activity on there where people are buying, they have offers out there, they need to raise funds. That's one thing that I'm kind of really shocked is that there's a lot of people buying businesses out there that don't have the funds to put down for these SBA loans or that sort of thing. And so it's like, how you want me to bring you the money, then you're going to be most of the ownership? It's like, no, I want to get a good piece of this deal, because without money, you're not going to buy this business, you know?
Yeah.
There's actually a trucking company here in Arizona for sale that I was looking into. They do reefer. And the owner is like brother got cancer, like, you know, some things like that, some family medical stuff. And that business got wiped up right away. It was like a 3x multiple with $700K in assets for $2.8 million. I'm hoping maybe that doesn't fall through, and kind of maybe it's in my field, right? Trucking. It has healthy margins. It's self-ran. The owner does 15 hours a week, 10 hours a week, and then that's anywhere between 400 and 600,000 a year.
Wow.
And so that's the kind of businesses that I'm looking for. If I, you know, that's kind of
well, you know what I think we should really do? You should, since that's your strength is the networking as far as in that and finding these deals. But one thing we could do together would be like an HVAC company or an electrician or roofing, you know, home services company.
Yeah.
Are always going to be needed, and I just think they're, you know, you can buy a company that's okay, it's ran okay, it's makes some money, but they don't know, maybe they're good at roofing, but they don't know marketing, or they don't know how to scale. So that'd be something cool we could do.
Yeah, that's very cool. I know you want to do your insurance thing.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I don't know yet.
Kind of a new market, new thing for you.
Yeah, I'm just realizing, like we talked about in the episode with Victor, that insurance is a, you know, like what, 2020, 2022 were really good, and things started going down in the trucking industry. As far as, you know, tons of companies went bankrupt. Everything was very bad. Well, insurance rates went up. I mean, insurance agents made more money. I think, I'm not sure. There's obviously more to it than I understand, but as far as I know, premiums went up from 2020 to 2025. They're, you know, 30, 40% up.
Fuel, everything went up.
And everything. Geez. And I don't get it, but it's like one of those industries where no one's going to not have insurance. It's a legal thing now, right? You can't get your MC number without bonded insurance on your truck. So insurance is always going to be there. I don't want to get into the underwriting of insurance. Maybe someday, but I'm just talking about agents, just just relationships, you know. You if our business talks to a guy that has 10 trucks, and we can get him a better deal than he's getting right now, and he knows us, he trusts us because we
do business
give him
together.
Loads. Why wouldn't he go with someone that he knows, he already does business with? You know, we know Spanish. We're in the area, and if we're getting him a better deal,
Yep.
You know, when I know that there's guys out there that can get you a better deal and still make money. Like it's, I don't know exactly the way it works, but I know that they get a percentage of premium,
Low hanging fruit.
from the underwriter.
Good term there for
Yeah.
that.
I mean, so
we have 4,000 carriers in our network.
yeah,
you know?
we talk to how many new carriers per. And then the other thing is we have a lot of talented people in our business already. Like, you know, whether it's a salesperson or someone in the office that wants to move up, and
Yeah. Maybe.
we like hiring salespeople for the brokerage, but you know, it's a tough
Yeah.
like thing to get going. It's a tough industry to get started in.
Yeah,
and
very.
insurance is a little bit more user friendly, a little bit more like everyone needs insurance, so everyone's a possible customer.
Literally.
You know, right now, if we wanted to throw some money to Facebook ads, as a brokerage, it's very hard to make money from Facebook ads or from
Yep.
a marketing campaign. Yes, those help. Yes, those are good. They might bring you talent. But let's say we want to get in with Doritos chips, moving chips from the plant to the store.
Yeah.
They're not going to watch a Facebook ad of Oasis and then hire us because of that, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a different monster
Marketing
to scale.
strategy. Yeah.
Insurance, on the other hand, they might actually call, you know, because of an ad, or we might be able to put a good video out there. So it's something that may be easier to scale.
Easy barrier to entry as well.
Yeah, low barrier to entry, and I think, you know, learning how to scale teams is something I've been okay at.
Yeah,
and
good.
So
You've been good.
it's just my idea right now, but at the
Yeah, I
same
like it.
time, I want to focus on the trucking company and the brokerage. So I'm trying to decide in my head what we want to do.
Yeah. No, that's great.
You know, you always got to figure out where to put your hours, and is if maybe the brokerage has kind of stopped its growth. Maybe it's at a plateau season.
Yeah.
That's fine. And there's something out there that still has room to explode for us.
It's hard because
I don't want to be left out, you know?
Yeah. It's hard because when the trucking is good, when the brokering is good, it's amazing. It's really good. Where it's like a very up and down industry. You make your
Cyclical.
money. Yeah, very cyclical. Where insurance is kind of like, you know, a good old steady path.
And it takes longer to build. A lot of people quit, you know, as agents. And I'm not talking me going out there and selling it and taking meetings. I'm talking, you know, start big, hire, maybe poach some people from some other companies, get them to come here, start with a big team, a big investment up front. Not, you know, me go out and grind my way, because I feel like that's not worth my time at this point.
Yeah.
So I either want to start big and make it really big.
Build a system.
Yeah, build a system. I don't want like another job or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that we've been thinking about.
Awesome.
And it's also in our wheelhouse. We would focus on trucking and focus on, you know, people with fleets. There's logging companies out there. There's, even all the mills that we work for.
Oh, yeah.
All the lumber mills, they have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of logging trucks. They have insurance on their building. So any meeting that we go to with current customers can also be a meeting to give them insurance, whether it's with truckers or with...
That might even be an easier way to get a meeting with a potential customer for the brokerage.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If I came to this guy and I said, hey, so-and-so mill in Portland area, right? Like, I went to this other guy and I saved him $5,000 per truck on what he was paying.
Wow.
Because I've been there where I've been the trucking company overpaying, and I had someone save me $8,000 per truck I was paying.
Wow.
When he approached me with that, I'm going to give him a shot, you know?
Of course.
Gave him a shot, made it happen, and somehow, you know, both agents made money, but this guy saved me $8,000 per truck.
Wow.
And if I go to a mill and say, hey, I saved your neighbor down there, they might give me a shot. We get in conversations. Maybe we get the business, maybe we don't. But then, hey, while we're at it, you know, while we spend some time together, here's our trucking company and here's our services and here's what we can do. So I think one business can feed the other in a way.
Yeah, and then there's factoring. Factoring is another.
And the other thing is the permit. You know, like there's girls that will, you know, they have
the pros
50 or 100 clients just to get your pro rate, your permits, keep all your paperwork in order, your quarterly reports, IFTA reports, organ miles, all that stuff. I'm like a fee-based business, you know. I'm thinking maybe even do that at a break even, just to attract people, because
for insurance.
Yeah, because the insurance, it's a set it and forget it. But if we can get, 5 or 6 or 10 people doing the fee-based stuff just as a convenience to the customer, that will, make it a more sticky product and make them want to stay.
And if they're getting all that, then most of them are going to be new.
Yeah.
So then there's your opportunity right there.
So we can do both. Yeah. So that's a new thing, and we're brainstorming ideas and how to make it work right now.
That's great. I'm excited for 2026. It's gonna be a good year. There's a lot of stuff moving. I mean, I definitely feel 2026, 2027, trucking's kind of back on the rise. I think people want to change. I see a lot more people wanting to do something different, making career changes, stepping up in ways they haven't stepped up before, whether it's in business and life and opportunities and taking risks and that sort of thing. And so I just want to do my best to kind of put myself in the right position, and I know you do too, and soak up all the opportunities while still, staying sane and, being a good steward of your money that God's given us, and, and responsibility we have to raise our kids and everything. And so I'm excited. And I think one thing I want to do is kind of be less afraid and just kind of open up and say, hey, what are some things that would make my wife happy and me happy, to loosen up, not be so focused on how much, what do I need to say, what do I need to say, what do I need to do, retire, blah blah blah, and just say, what can I do to enjoy life, what can I do to, make a good experience for our kids, that they're small now, have some fun.
Well, I feel like we're both doing that already. I mean, we spend, like, we're here in Arizona. We spend time in Mexico. We spend time, plenty of time golfing. Our kids can do whatever they want. So we're kind of there, but yeah, you got to not lose sight of it.
Yeah.
Like, don't go back to,
Yeah.
How it was 6, 7, 8 years ago of
grind.
Yeah, the grind. Like, always got to remind yourself of the balance you want, and do little adjustments. Like, maybe you buy into 2 or 3 more businesses and you start seeing that pick up, you're going to have to make an adjustment somewhere.
Yeah.
Hire more people in your trucking business, brokering, or back off of being active in the new businesses you're investing in. What about real estate? Because all of my real estate right now is very passive, like literally passive.
Yep.
I don't do anything because a lot of it's commercial, or I'm invested in partnerships that they do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all passive, or you have some active?
Everything I do is passive, pretty much. Even the companies I'm buying into, loans they give, short term, everything's passive. I honestly it would be really cool to buy into a company and have me be on the board or be involved in some big decisions. I think that would be really cool. It's a big learning opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I think what we want is like passive, but with some leadership and
experience, some sort of experience within that industry. I want to learn more about the health industry and the psychology industry, and I've already learned a lot working with that company from Canada and how it works, and the struggles with insurance and the struggle with Canada's system medically, and how the U.S. does it different. And I've learned a lot. But yeah, I mean, there's so much opportunity out there, and trucking is just like your dad says. He goes, "We're scratching the surface, vato."
Yeah.
There's so much out there. So it's just like, okay, what can I take on as a human being? How much risk can I take on? What's comfortable enough in my brain, in my heart, in my soul? What's God asking me to do this year, right now? Focusing on that sort of thing. So I think juggling all that, health, physical, body, it's really putting it together and just kind of like, staying on that path. And I ask a lot of advice too. I ask people for advice, and Polo all the time, and Mark over there in Oregon, and run all my deals by them. And that helps me kind of stay in my lane, what I'm good at, where I'm kind of being outstretched a little bit, and so yeah, just kind of excited, like I said, about for 2026, and
That's
honestly
good.
for the next 5 years. I really think the next 5 years are going to be, we're in our 30s.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be, big for our kids and being dads and really putting that attention on them. But it's on where we, get our next big move in, here, that sort of thing. So it's going to be good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Ben and Beverlyn and Belle and everybody, my sisters, just all our whole family,
succeed and grow.
And
Yeah, no, we're definitely hitting 2026 hard. I think the company is up a good 20-30% in January so far. So
Oh, wow. That's great.
Things are moving back maybe towards the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We're also trying to hire. So if you live in Tri-Cities area, Tri-Cities, Sunnyside, Othello maybe,
Mm-hmm.
we are trying to hire 2 more sales people,
Awesome.
W-2 style pay and with bonuses, and a dispatcher, someone to learn how to, customer relationship and manage the customer relationships. Once we have it, you move the freight and dispatch the lanes and good communication. But the sales role is what I'm most interested in, and we want people. It doesn't matter if you know freight. What I've learned, we used to think we want people that know freight.
I didn't know
you
anything.
just car salesman, insurance salesman, whatever it is. If you have that vibe and you like to go out there and you like to, make a conversation with people, and you don't
not
mind
afraid.
getting turned down, not afraid. Maybe solar,
Solar background.
Some people have sold alarm systems,
real estate background.
If you have that vibe and you want to make money and you want to come be around people who will teach you how to succeed, we don't have any, employees that it's like a no child left behind kind of thing. Like, I don't like to leave employees behind of like, hey, that guy's not. No, I like to, bring them with us everywhere we go. And also not only find success in the business, but like, anyone who works with us, we both try to talk to them about their personal financial journey. And,
help them out in
help
every
them
way,
out
spiritually.
How are you doing? You want to buy a house, married, help them, maybe as much as we can, give them some guidance for whatever it's worth. But yeah, if you guys know anyone, shoot us an application. And we're probably both hiring
LinkedIn.
people at this point.
Yeah. I need to find a partner.
Maybe no family. No family. Just if you're related to me, don't send. No, I'm just kidding. No, we just want smart people. Motivated, and someone that's going to give it their all.
Yep. All right.
On the Chair Podcast 2026. Big interviews coming. We have a list of
get the tissue paper.
30 to 40 guests that we want to have on. Everyone that we want to have on is top notch. Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited to start out the year.
Yep. All right, Polo.
All right.